Oh.
Alright, Clint, I'm sending you an invite.
All right,
partner. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
so where was you working at today, Captain? Ty said on your Insta that you taking some crazy picture or something where you was working at.
I was working downtown at the convention center. Yeah, I was trying to frame a wall, and they've already got all the ducts and sprinkler pipes and what the fuck? Yeah, inner game. They'd already pretty much had everything already up there, and I was having to like squeeze these tight ass fucking spots.
Oh, we're back here.
First aid kit. You won't regret it.
Oh, it's because this is where me and Clint were playing with Josh the other night.
This is also where.
Yeah, sweet. Fast travel to New Haven. We don't have any other missions here, do we?
Oh yeah, we were supposed to go to. We was in New Haven last. I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, we can fast travel now.
Boy.
Oh shit.
Boy.
I forgot. I can't get my inventory.
Speaking of which, actually, where's our siren at?
I messaged my boy, but he hasn't answered, so I don't know if I'll be getting on. We'll see. Usually, if he doesn't answer me right away, that means he's like super busy with something.
Okay.
Vince, you didn't get the achievement for doing all the missions in the Arid Badlands, did you?
No, I didn't.
That means we got some stuff still back there.
Motherfucker.
I don't think we'll actually unlock all the missions right away.
I'm almost positive I had the trophy for finishing all in there, and I was only level like 28 in my last playthrough, but I didn't get completed, so I'm not sure. Maybe maybe it's like after doing some New Haven stuff, you get to go back there and finish the last missions.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Sure will. Found a way to steal the sun from the sky.
Right? Isn't it so annoying?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's so obnoxious.
Seek out Tannis. Goddamn. Dude, the one thing Tannis gives you so many bullshit missions in this game. I mean, like, all three games, all her missions are like, collect this, collect that, but like,
The ones in Borderlands 2 weren't horrible. Her missions in Borderlands 1 were pretty tedious, yeah.
yeah, you gotta collect like 25 of this and 25 of that. Like, Jesus Christ. Where you at, Tannis?
Well, while we're here, we might as well pick up all the missions that are in New Haven. In case there's any other shit in this next area.
Yeah, I picked up Claptrap. I got all the bounty board missions.
So I think all that's left is scooters, but there might be some more, like from Marcus.
How do you get to Marcus? Oh,
He's in one of the buildings in the center of the town. I'll pick up scooters.
Alright, I got Marcus's. Is Zed here? No, Zed stays in.
Yeah, he stays
Firestone,
yeah.
which is weird.
We still have some missions in the Doll Headland. Do y'all want to go back and do those, or be the ones here?
Don't matter.
Don't matter. Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Gotta do them all anyways.
Zed Platt. Oh, Zed's back here, man.
I thought Zed came here.
He don't have any missions, so.
I might as well go ahead and finish the Doll Headline and get those things out of the way. we got a couple to turn into that'll get us some XP. Let's see, probably finish all that.
260.
360 no scope.
Oh man, I ate too much dinner.
Clint, let me know when you get out of your menu.
Alright. I'm almost done. Alright, yeah, I'm done.
Dude, I can't believe that Maddie got the stimulus check today. That was like the greatest surprise ever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shows that we still also got 2 missions over here that we can already turn in.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn those on. Maybe? Oh, it's the bounty ward, not the dude. Not Toilet Man. So yeah, we got this Ghosts of the Vault one. Oh wait, that's not the right one. It is that one. There you go.
Game seems to be operating a lot smoother than what it was yesterday so far.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
I don't either.
I feel like Josh has been having some internet issues recently, so maybe since he was like the leader for like on his server or something.
Right.
Lagging out.
God bless.
What the fuck are you?
Yeah, dude popped me with a grenade and downed me completely.
The flesh wound.
Where you at, Cap?
Right here.
this.
Holy shit. This motherfucker just teleported.
Fuck.
Dude, that fucking CNC is so goddamn strong, motherfucker.
The what is?
This wax burner I got.
Oh. You went down there already?
Yeah.
Jumping! Oh, this is where we find the people. Come on, motherfucker. Alright, I got you.
Appreciate it.
The shotgun I got knocked you. Oh my god, damn.
On your feet.
Where am I gonna shot it from now? Oh, bastard. It's so dark down here.
I had to turn my brightness up.
I remember this fight down here being like pretty hard for the level that you're at.
Yeah. Fucking asshole. Hey, did you know you can steal the sun from the sky?
I wish, man. I would
Man,
love
long
the
live
sun
that
down
day.
here. Long live that day.
I remember on Borderlands 3, I was just murdering these dudes.
Yeah, they really weren't shit in 3 compared to this one.
There was a lot of them, but like,
And their actual health is like nothing compared to those shields.
you know, faster shooting distance, man. Fucking hell.
That's why I don't like revolvers.
Some revolvers you get are like spitting bullets.
Another one bites the dust.
Not this one. Oh,
This'll help. Aha! Mine.
Anybody want this rocket launcher over here? Okay, you got it.
yeah, I got it.
I hardly ever use those things.
I just use them on boss fights.
I like the rocket launchers. Especially in the third one, because I built a I did my Moes with a splash build, and I use rocket launchers a lot on there because of it.
Oh, speaking of 3, fucking Matt called me yesterday and he was like, I thought you guys were getting on here to do a playthrough with me, and I was like,
You gotta hit us up. We don't know when he's on.
well, he told me a month ago that we were playing. He was playing, and I was like, alright, cool, me and Glenn will get on there with you. And then I just completely fucking forgot about it. Or that's when we were in the middle of Dying Light, and then by the time we got done, I completely forgot about it, and I was like, well, fuck. I was like, we started a run through on the original. But I was like, I'm sure we can jump on there with you.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Cause I still gotta level my character all the way up and do side missions and shit. But he's playing on PC though, so we have to do something to like. He said there's something. We have to make an account or some shit to be able to crossplay with him.
Okay, that's fine. It's probably like a Gearbox account.
Yeah.
Which I'm cool with that. It's just, like, it's not like he could, like, it pops up on here whenever he's online, so,
Yeah, no.
like, he's gonna have to contact us on whenever he's ready to go.
Alright, where are we going?
Let's see. This is the Borderlands.
Oh, shit.
I don't know where that tetanus warren is. I don't know which one of those is like connected to this or whatever.
Tetanus Warren, that's a completely different map, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what's connected to this one besides New Haven.
We also got 2 missions back at the Arid Badlands, too. Like a
do
Moth
we?
to the Flame and is 2K okay? TK.
Alright,
Okay.
let's go, let's do this.
I never checked on TK.
No, we haven't done that
Find
yet.
out that he's fucking dead. Y'all are good, just keep going.
Yeah, just go to the gate and we'll fast travel. Or
Yeah,
not
say,
fast.
y'all get there before me, just click fast travel.
We're there.
Boom, boom. Do 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 do.
Fucking clap trap.
I bet this game does look phenomenal on PC.
Yeah, Matt's not even playing like new games on PC, he's just going back and playing a bunch of old ones. Like, he's doing, fuck is calling me and why?
Oh, Jesus.
I definitely thought I was just gonna like go right through you.
Get in real quick, Cam.
Speaking of Matt, hang on.
Get in real quick. I'll drive.
Alright.
Oh, the shit I just did to you is the exact same thing I did back in that some bitch did to me back in November when I was on the way to Chick-fil-A. Really stopped at a dead stop red light, and this chick just comes up behind me and rams the back of my car.
Damn.
Yeah, the best part was that I definitely could tell that. I mean, you don't fucking rear end someone that's at a stoplight on a busy street unless you're not paying attention. And then when the police came to take our statements, I told them what happened to me, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, so you guys aren't at fault at all." And the other cop was taking this lady's statement, and after she explained it, I literally just hear the cop say, "Oh, so you just weren't paying attention." I was like, "That's what we like to hear." Rest in peace, TK.
I gotta see my boy hanging from the ceiling. Oh, fuck. That's brutal.
Jesus. Dude hit me for some serious damage.
It's the ocean and the bucket. It's the ocean and the spoon.
So what, that was Matt that was calling you just now?
Yeah, I didn't get to answer at the time though.
Probably.
Get
Yeah.
on 3. Yeah.
Some nice pistols back here.
I don't know.
Where?
In the back of TK's house.
Damn it. None of them do better damage than what I got.
Oh, okay. Could still sell them.
Got better fire rate though. Yeah, I could sell them. So I listened to Widowmaker on the way home.
Oh yeah, did you like them? They've only got like 10 songs.
Yeah, they were pretty
Their bassist, or he's either the bassist or the guitarist. He's in a band from Nashville. But Widowmaker's from Birmingham, I think. But the band from Nashville is called Oblique. You know what that band is?
Yeah, it's that. I've seen their stickers all around, like the venues and stuff.
Yeah, there's this dude who's in Oblique, like he's a guitarist or something, and he's at every Growlers show because he knows Mark Shrek, I guess. I don't think he actually works there, but he comes to every metal show, and he tries to look really super important as he stands in all the areas that only bands and crew are supposed to be, but he just gets in the way, and it's hysterical. And you can tell that he thinks he's hot shit, and that he thinks he's an in with these bands. But I literally, when I went to this show over the summer that was Fit for a King with Currents opening, this dude was standing, I mean, you play Growlers, you know if that rail is up, that in front of the green room, there's like no space at all to get your equipment from the stage, out. So he was standing over there in that tiny little area.
Hey, real quick, you want to select the next mission?
Yeah. And then the drummer from Currents literally just looked him straight in the eyes. He was holding this giant ass, like drum head. And he said, "Move the fuck out of the way, bitch." I was like, yes. Yeah, me and my girl just call him Oblique and hate his fucking gut. I've seen him at every show that I've been to in Nashville too. The small ones at least. When I went and saw Era there last August, he was there, and I was meeting Era after the show and getting him to sign my vinyl, but I was talking to the singer JT like
oh shit, we gotta kill this moth rag.
Oh yeah.
I think I've started this mission by accident.
And fucking Oblique, literally, as I was talking to JT, literally just had a bottle of water and just stuck it in between us to like give it to JT so that he would have to talk to him and thank him for getting him a water that he didn't ask for. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
I thought he was gonna say to give him the water when you want him to shut up.
I wish, man. But it's crazy. Literally every time that I've been to a show and seen this dude, and I'm like talking to like one of the touring bands, he cock blocks me every time. And I'm like, man, unlike most people, I don't want to talk to this kid for hours. I just want to get my thing signed and say I like their music.
I need some assistance.
I'm coming.
Yeah, I've heard about that Oblique band. I thought like Thomas knows somebody in it or some shit.
He might. If he knows that one guy, I mean, I'm sure if you saw him, you would recognize him. Like, even in the middle of summer in Tennessee, he wears black skinny jeans, a long sleeve black shirt, and a fucking flannel.
Oh, so he's a retard.
He's the biggest metal poser I've seen in my entire life. And he's such a god. He thinks he's hot shit, and I cannot stand it.
I feel like they were wanting us to play in Nashville with him or something.
I've seen them once or twice because they've opened shows at Growlers. I think maybe just once. Yeah, dude is fucking terrible. I hate his guts. But yeah, Oblique's guitarist or bassist is the guitarist or bassist for Widowmaker. And Widowmaker slaps.
Yeah, pretty good.
Did you check out that new Trivium today, Captain?
No, I've heard one of their new songs, but I didn't get a chance to listen to that one.
Yeah, they dropped another one today, and it's pretty good. I like it a lot.
I really don't listen to Trivium that much, but I know Anthony loves them and is really excited for the new album.
Yeah, it's so far they've released 3 singles off of it, and the first one was really good. The second one was okay, but the one they released today is pretty heavy. It's a lot heavier than Catastrophe.
I heard Anthony saying that the first single they released was like really different than their older sound of music.
Catastrophe? I don't know. It's,
Whatever the first single was.
uh,
Are we going back to the Doll Headlands?
I think so. Is there a fast travel thing here? Because it looks like the next one's at New Haven. All the other missions we've got are in the Tetanus Warren or Rust Commons East or New Haven. So I'm not sure if there's a fast travel thing here or not.
I don't know. I still didn't get that achievement. I guess we'll come back.
That's for the car. I guess there's not a fast travel here.
I need to
Well,
sell some shite.
oh, actually, I probably should do that too.
what about the new Kill Switch song? Captain, have you heard it?
No.
I had no idea Killswitch just dropped a new song. I feel like their last album came out just like a few months ago.
Yeah, it's not, it's been out for a few days or like a week now. It's not bad though. Sounds pretty good.
Show me the money.
That is one of the things that I think is pretty cool about singles though, is instead of having to wait like a whole year or two before you hear another song from an artist, like they'll just drop a single whenever they got something ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I met Crystal Lake in Tokyo in December, I asked them if we were getting a new album this year, and they said no, since Helix, their last album, just came out about a year ago. About a year ago in the States, but they said we're gonna get a couple of new singles, and I'm fucking pumped for that. I'd say probably more than a couple now that every single tour they're supposed to be on has been canceled.
Let's trick out your man.
Right.
Holy shit.
That album's so good. I spun that today while I was working around the house.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I really want to listen, like, after I listened to that today, I was like, I want to listen to every Shinedown record just in order so that I can, like, actually rank them how I see them. Because I know what my favorite is, but that's all I really know. I think actually the album I've listened to the least is probably Sound of Madness, besides like the big singles like Sound of Madness, Second Chance, Call Me.
I don't think I've ever listened to a full Shinedown album.
If I was to suggest one to you, I'd say Amaryllis. That one's my favorite. But Leave a Whisper, I'd say, is probably overall their most grungy. So you want something more metal-ish, you might like Lethal Whisper the most. But Amaryllis has got what I think are their best lyrics, and it's got some pretty heavy hitters in there too.
Oh man. Catch a ride.
Catch a ride.
I still can't believe they killed him off in this series.
Killed off who?
Scooter.
Oh yeah.
None of the guns at these buy stations are worth fuck.
But then again, I don't see how anyone actually dies in this universe.
I'm honestly shocked that the other 3 original players besides Roland are still alive. Let's see.
Yeah, it's got a trophy.
Nice.
It's the first Borderlands.
Is this connected to Tetanus Warren?
Something is. I know that much.
Oh, the Tetanus Warren is here. Sweet. Well, let's go do this bad boy. Just the other side.
Yeah, is that the objective?
Yeah. You finished Eternal Nightmare, Vince?
No, I haven't really been able to listen to much at work the past couple days. I listened to the Widowmaker on the way home, and that's about it. What was that? I know you told me another band, I can't remember it now though.
Burials.
Oh yeah.
They're more metalcore-ish, and they're part of like the new, like the wave of like metalcore-ish hardcore. But I think you'll like them.
I love these grenades on here. Oh.
Dude, I'm goddamn tired, man. Holy shit.
Man. Better take you a Red Bull. Still got some gaming to do.
Got about an hour and 20 minutes.
I already have my Red Bull of the day. That was the last Red Bull in my fridge. I'm very upset about it.
But I get off at 2:30 tomorrow. And I'm off this weekend, so we'll have a full night of gaming tomorrow.
Alright.
I like to hear.
And a bottle of rum.
I'll be there with you.
I ran out earlier this week. I was like, fuck it, I'll just wait till Friday.
I gotta go get some more Bacardi and vodka soon too. Almost out.
I've got an 18 pack of fucking beer in the fridge, so.
I might pick up another 6-pack of Angry Orchard soon.
But I just ain't been in a beer mood. I don't know why.
I'm never in a beer mood.
That is the most unmanly thing I've ever heard you say.
I've said a lot of unmanly things. I'm honestly really shocked that's what takes the cake for you.
I'm talking about
yeah,
for
I don't
Captain.
like beer. Oh.
Well, I've been on a rum kick, so that's really all I've done with a drink whenever I drink.
It's definitely easier to get let off rum than beer.
And then when I ran out, I was just kind of like, fuck it, I just won't drink until this weekend when I get some more rum.
Spider ants.
You like only like Captain Morgan, Vince?
I've had other ones. I've had like Sailor Jerry's and
Well, Sailor Jerry's is rough.
there's a shit called the Kraken.
Yeah, that's
That
also
stuff's
rough.
good. That dark rum.
Oh my god, that shit will fuck you so hard.
Yeah, when I say rough for that one, I mean that it fucks you up. When I say Sailor Jerry, I mean it's rough because it's like really bad in my opinion.
It's harsh on the throat.
There used to be
Captain
this
Morgan
stuff
fought
called
us.
Bacardi Oakart. But I don't think they make it anymore.
Was that like light or dark, or was it spiced or something?
It was dark.
I hardly ever drink dark rum. I usually get light rum. I like how light rum mixes with Coke better. Let's find this little bastard's thing.
What am I getting XP for shooting this thing?
Don't question it. Just take the XP.
Take the RAR XD, man.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what it is. For some reason, this session, my dude cannot take a hit. My health keeps on dropping pretty fast.
Dude, where are all these fucking guys for? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I hate how you can't move when you're in.
Yeah, me too.
Gotta long live that day, man.
Long live that day.
You know what I've actually got a good urge to go back and listen to? Some Chevelle.
Dude, that's another band that I actually never got into. I'm genuinely surprised I never got into them.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I've listened to a lot of this stuff recently.
I haven't listened to them in a good minute, so I'm sure they've probably come out with a few things since the last time I listened to them.
I got a buddy that went to, I don't know which festival it was, but some rock festival, and he was waiting in line at the like tent thing just because there was like free water and free monsters, and he didn't realize that the line was not just for that, but also to meet Chevelle. So he like just happened to meet Chevelle while he was standing in line to get a water.
Cool. We can't argue with that.
Huh? Two birds, one stone. Huh?
I've seen them a long time ago.
Yeah, I did too. I saw him back, it was, what was it called? It was that thing they did in Memphis every year. It was, the...
93X Fest?
No, not 93X Fest. It was after, 93X got shut down. It was like the, something fest, or the, something carnival. But it was like when I saw one that year, it was 10-year. Chevelle, Shinedown was the headlining band, and Seven Dust.
Yeah, I've seen 10 years. I think maybe it was Blue October. They're like the same fucking band.
I've seen Blue October. Yeah, you're right. I've never seen 10 years, surprisingly. They're actually from Knoxville.
I think Blue October's the one that's got that. Hate me today. Hate me tomorrow. I think that's Blue October.
I don't think
Blue
I've ever
October's
really
got the
listened to
singer
them.
That's got the face tats, but their band's like not that kind of music.
10 years, they got a couple hit songs.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was like really rare. I went to Nashville and found a couple records for like $15 a piece.
Yo, your mic's cutting out real bad.
Yeah.
King Wee Wee. Yeah.
Moral of the story. Found good shit. It was cheap. And it was 10 years. Weeing all over me.
Fucking me up.
I would love some help from the guy second.
Yeah, I'm down there.
Y'all see? Did you see how I beat that wee wee?
You beat the wee wee out of him.
Look at this shit. Look at this.
Pretty good sniper up in here. I guess I could work on this SMG class.
Is there anything else to do in here that we could King Wee Wee?
There was that repair kit.
Yeah, I picked it up so we can go give it to Claptrap.
Yeah. Other than that, no, I think that's it.
Remember that band Egypt Central?
Yep.
I've never heard of that band before.
They're from Memphis,
Yeah.
but I don't never know what happened to them. They
Yeah.
got they got pretty big, and then they kind of just like dipped.
Yeah, like when their first album came out, especially just like in the Memphis area, they were pretty big.
Yeah. What's their name? Fucking hell, space on their name. Another Memphis band that made it big.
Saliva.
No, this was after Saliva. Fuck. Goddamn drummer for Roses Unread used to play drums for him. Fucking, I don't know, I can't fucking think of it now.
What's a song that they do?
I don't know, I can't even. Think of the wrong name. Holy shit. full. What the fuck?
Yeah, mine is too. I need to get to a vendor. Get rid of some of these wet pawns. Did you get to the claptrap?
I already
Oh yeah, yeah. I hear him, so yeah, I guess so. Alright, check my weapons, what I want to keep.
If you need healing, step right up.
Well, I done found myself in a bit of a pickle.
Who needs a real doctor when you
There
got
weren't that
my
many of my
machines and
guns that I actually wanted to sell.
pills?
I wanted to sell all mine, just none of them were worth a shit.
What's the main thing you shoot? Like, what do you...
I usually keep a assault rifle, pistol, shotgun, and a sniper.
Let's see...
I like how in this game Korg weapons don't fucking shoot explosion rounds or everything like they do in the other one.
That hurt?
Why do you not like that in the other ones when they do that?
No, because like when you're using machine guns and shit, it'll shoot like, it'll like shoot and it kind of just like lobs bullets out there, you know what I mean? They don't feel very accurate and shit like that. I just don't like the way they shoot.
I hate how unnecessarily hard to kill these things are, but then when you have a car, you can run over even the biggest ones and just one fuck with one tire.
There's a soldier around over here.
Why can I not hit this little joker?
Did I watch Chris D'Elia's new special when I got home? It was pretty funny.
Who's?
Chris D'Elia.
He's a white British dude, has like semi-long hair.
Yeah.
I don't think I know who that is.
He's not British, but yeah, he is a white dude with long hair.
No, he's not British, is he? What is he?
I don't know. It sounds like
Is he like
D'Elia.
Australian or something?
No, he's got a little bit of an accent, but I can't place it. I haven't been able to figure it out.
White dude not from America, probably. Is what I'm getting out of this.
Fucking Tom Segura's new special is fucking hilarious. So.
Yeah. Tom Segura is just funny. Like,
You need to start listening to his podcast. It's fucking hilarious too.
Y'all like Jim Gaffigan? He's my favorite comedian.
Yeah, he's funny.
yeah.
I was like Brian Regan a lot.
Yeah, Brian Regan's super good.
I don't think I know about him.
He's really funny. Just look up the skit for
Yeah.
the science fair skit, and you'll automatically love him because it's like the funniest one. I think it's called "Stupid at School."
He's like kind of like an older generation of comics. Like
Yeah, he's a more family friendly one, but he's still super
fine.
funny.
yeah,
I think
he's-
honestly a lot of comedians that try to make themselves like more towards the younger generation just by being super like gross and like overly sexual is just really stupid. Like I think it's just obnoxious, honestly. Like I cannot stand Dan Cook.
I like Daniel. He's kind
I
of
like
like
Daniel Tosh, do not like Dan Cook.
yeah, Tosh is good. Brian Regan's kind of like he was kind of like around Seinfeld era, like in the late '90s.
I feel like I feel like it was the mid 2000s though that he really started to catch his stride, but I agree that he like his comedy is more like 90s centered.
Dan Cook was like 2000s.
Yeah. Well, he got picked up off of like MySpace. Like he was the one that really made MySpace like pick up so much traction. Like he was the first one that was starting to get like thousands of
like-
followers and shit on there.
He was like Dan Cook was literally when it, like changed the game for like comedy. He was like he got so big he was doing arenas like before
Yeah.
arenas were like a thing. You know what I mean?
True.
Like he's one of the only comics that like he did 2 shows in fucking Madison Square Garden. Like that's fucking, you know what I mean? That's up there. Like I know Joe Coy, he does like arenas.
Yeah. Him, Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because the last couple of Dave Chappelle specials have just been like this little theaters. He hadn't done like big
Well,
arenas.
just because he's not doing them in the like shooting his special in the theater doesn't mean he's not doing them.
Yeah, I mean, he
'cause-
could definitely do them.
Because
You know?
typically, whenever like they do that, like they're setting up tours, and they're going around, and then like during one of the shows during the tour, like whatever place they pick, they'll
Yeah, they'll shoot a couple shows and shoot the special.
Yeah.
There was a, I can't remember what his name was, but I went to see a comedian in Knoxville with my dad before I moved to Memphis, and whatever the Knoxville show was, it was being recorded for like a DVD special or something.
I've only seen one comedian. I don't even remember the guy's name, and I've seen him when I was on that cruise, but I've really been wanting to go to comedy shows. I missed fucking Chappelle and Bill Burr played Memphis in January, and I fucking missed both.
Yeah. Dude, fucking, Jim Gaffigan played the FedEx Forum not too long ago, and I'm super fucking angry I didn't go to it.
I just didn't, yeah, like, I didn't have the money to go. I didn't even have the money to go see Tool. I was
Crazy girl.
I was bummed out about missing all three of those.
I didn't go to Tool either. I feel like I was actually at a different show that same night as Tool. But I'm not the biggest fan of Tool, so I wasn't gonna spend the money on that anyway.
I would've went. I just fucking... It was right after Christmas, and I had to... On top of Christmas, I had to pay the fucking government goddamn $1,100.
Yeah.
Paid the fucking government. Don't you hate it?
But hey, you got 1,200 back. You made $100.
Yeah. I think they owe me like $50,000 now. That's just for last year.
You also check out Eric Choi. He's really funny too. He's actually from Knoxville, and I caught one of his shows like a year and a half ago. It's really funny. Also more the Brian Regan era, like kind of the '90s comedy, more family friendly, but you'll still laugh your ass off because it's really funny.
I know one of the newer comedians that I found is this girl named Taylor Tomlinson. She's pretty funny too.
I love Chelsea Peretti. She's fucking hilarious.
I don't think I've seen her.
Oh, well, I know you know who she is. It's the person that plays Gina in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of that, that reminded me. I watched one of the new episodes when I ate dinner, and they have a whole Whiplash like parody in this new episode.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm almost caught up. We've been doing the rewatch, and we literally just started the end of the 6th season when they have to make the Suicide Squad to take down John Kelly or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, the fucking, we just watched the fucking hacker episode where the guy is trying to hack into their database, and fucking everybody's freaking out about the time limit because, like, the servers will get opened or whatever, but at the same time, fucking Hitchcock and Scully are freaking out for a time limit just because they've got a lasagna in the microwave.
Yeah.
I was like, that's too real.
They're my spirit animals.
I love them so much.
I don't know, man. There's so many good actors on that show. I think Oil's one of my favorites, though, for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to pick a favorite, but if I had to pick one, it'd definitely be Gina. But she's not in the 6th season too much, so I guess I'd have to pick, besides Gina, it's probably Captain Holt.
Yeah. But the dude that plays Oil, he's a really good actor, though. He's never done anything like serious, but he's in a bunch of comedies, and he's always fucking hilarious.
Dude, he was in Superbad.
Yeah, he was. He was the fucking guy that hit Jonah Hill with a car, wasn't he?
He was like, I didn't even effing see you. Dude, I didn't even, like, I hadn't watched Superbad in like a year or two when I started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And then, like, last summer or last Christmas or something, I was watching Superbad with my homie back in Knoxville. And we got to it. I was just like, Boyle! I could not believe that was him.
I think my favorite movie he does is Role Models. He plays one of the guys that does the LARPing. That's fucking so funny to me when he starts talking like that. I fucking laugh every fucking time.
Have y'all seen that movie, Good Boys?
Is that
It's
the one with like Michael Lawrence or whatever?
no, like it's just a bunch of kids. It reminded
Oh,
me a lot of Superbad. It's like these like middle school kids that are like starting to go through puberty, and they like get invited to this popular kids party, and they're like, bro, there's gonna be kissing there, like we gotta know how to kiss before we go there. And it's like all the
is that
shit
the
that
one
they
Seth Rogen like produced or whatever, or directed it?
I have no idea. I have no idea who
It
directed
might
it or
be.
anything.
I think I know what you're talking about now.
But
Is there like a scene where they find like a sex swing?
yes.
Yeah, Seth Rogen was the director and producer of that movie.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Seth Rogen is my god, my white Jewish god.
Oh, that sucks.
I guess Jesus is a Jew, isn't he? An Arab Jew.
Yeah.
Jesus was Jewish.
Israel definitely in the Middle East.
It is a little bizarre though, like, cause I don't know. It seems like Judaism is like the only thing that like is considered a race and a religion. Like,
Yeah.
I don't quite understand that.
The only thing that really is like racial about it too is just curly hair and slightly tanned skin. So I've never really understood it either.
Big Jew noses.
I was about to say, like, stereotypical. They have big noses too.
Well, there's
Well, it's
different
like
kinds of-
it's like them compared to like other Middle Easterns and stuff like that. Like that would be like saying, you know, there's no difference between the different races of Asians.
There's like super different. There's like different Jews though. There's like Hasidic and like Orthodox.
Yeah, non-Orthodox.
There's a couple different ones.
I took Old Testament at my private Baptist college. I remember learning about the different types of Judaism, but that was like 4 years ago.
I don't know what each one does. I don't know.
I hated that I had to take that class. Oh, God. It's easy at least.
You had to take that class?
Yeah, I went to a Baptist college. We were required to take Old Testament and New Testament. Surprisingly enough, I was not looking forward to either class, and New Testament was actually one of my favorite electives I took, just because the professor was so good. Old Testament was boring.
The Old Testament's pretty fucking brutal though.
Yeah.
Leviticus.
Is this thing turned on? Look it. I ain't
That's all
talking
they-
you about Jack fucking
that's all they
Sprout.
got now.
You get rid of all them.
I am
There's
actually.
there's a Berserker class mod back here.
Where?
Behind Crazy Earl's shack.
One thing that I have always wanted to know, like, why did they switch from Old Testament to the New Testament?
What do you mean, like, you say that?
Well,
Like what makes the old and the new new? Like why'd they start over? Or why'd they write a new one?
well, it's more
the
so
new
like
is
there's a
literally
lot
all
of
about-
stuff in the old one that just like kind of got thrown away.
Well, the new is all about the new is centered around the teachings of Jesus, and that pretty much everything from the Old Testament is like void. And I mean, literally it says in the 4 books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, pretty much in every single one, that the whole reason that Jesus came was to get rid of the old laws of the Old Testament and just fix it with the one law, like love thy neighbor or whatever. And only Christians use the New Testament. Literally only.
Yeah, I know,
if you're
like,
Jewish, you only use the Old Testament.
right, because they didn't believe that Jesus was the Messiah.
Yeah, they thought it was. They thought that he was like a prophet, but like a prophet kind of like Paul was, just that he was there to spread the word, not that he was actually the second coming of Christ.
I wonder if how
Or
like
the first coming.
Or First Coming, whatever. I listen to too much metal. I'm probably thinking of some metal lyric. The Second Coming.
I wonder how a whole religion got started over fucking that guy. And it literally took him. We crusaded fucking entire countries in the name of something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So many wars have been fought over over religion. It's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, humans fight war over everything.
Yeah, it used to be religion. Now it's fucking gas and oil.
I mean, that we were fighting over materials back then too. There's been whole wars fought over salt.
What was, dude, Vince? What's that episode of Sunny where they're talking about the war and he was like, "Do you even know what the war is about?" Yeah, the Middle East, the Arabs have our oil, and we are fighting so that they will give our oil back to us.
Yeah.
Two wars?
2 wars?
The sad part is, though, is how realistic that, like, the type of shit when they say stuff like that in that show is how real it is to how certain people, like, really know shit.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really knows why the war in the Middle East happened except for the government themselves. We're all kind of just in the dark about it.
No, dude, watch this movie called fuck. God damn it. I can't think of the
I
name
love
of
that
it now.
movie.
It's got Christian Bale plays Dick Cheney in it.
Vice.
Vice. That movie literally goes in super detail about exactly why.
I know that movie, but never seen it. I'll have to give it a watch.
Yeah,
Well,
like it goes
it's-
in super detail about why the whole war got started. Like, shows like the documents and like all kinds of shit, man.
Well, it definitely, I mean, certain people, I believe, had, like, different stakes in the matter, you know, like, when it was going to it on there, like how Dick Cheney owned, you know, oil plants, you know, that was his fucking thing, and so, like, yeah, that would make sense that he would go over there for that, but also at the same time, I'm pretty sure that there were, like, gun manufacturers and shit like that saw their opportunity to be able to fucking make a huge profit out of it.
Nah, I took a class in undergrad, and it was basically, I didn't learn why the U.S. really, or maybe I did. I can't remember why the U.S. actually like started going through the war. That happened in your movie, but I know for a fact that back in like the 90s, some government officials were selling like guns to whoever the terrorists or whatever were over there just to make money, and that was like America dabbling in their government and society or whatever is what really ultimately led to like the whole terror on America things. It made like one half happy that they got all these guns, and the other half was pissed because, you know, they were just getting overpowered because the government was on the side of the other people or something like that. Regardless, the U.S. government always does something wrong.
I guess.
They're always fucked up.
I don't know. I feel like the biggest area where they fuck up is they just like keep us in the dark and not act like what they really are. That's the thing I have the biggest
That's the
problem
government for you.
Look what happens when people start panic buying toilet paper. Like,
I get that.
keep us in the dark, you know?
But, you know, certain people, I feel like, you know, if they were to just be honest about it, our people would stop being such pansies. I feel like that's the whole reason why the Russians are so fucking badass. Because their president doesn't give a shit about their feelings, and they have come to terms with that's the way they have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'd be jealous the way that Russia's government's going, though.
Not everything
They
about
don't
it.
care about the the feelings of the people for the most part.
But as on certain aspects, like, you know, when Russia wants to take over a fucking country, they don't create this whole lie of we gotta protect freedom and democracy and all that bullshit. They just go, no, we want what they have. We're about to go over there and take it.
All the wars in America that are always started, it's always so that some corrupt politician can fill their pockets even more. But they're like, this is for America, while they make, you know, billions off of it.
Which I'm cool with that, because in reality, if they're doing good, it hurts, or it helps our economy. It does help us in a degree.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure at one point in time, Germany just started invading folks because they wanted it. I'll see how that turned out.
Well, they just screwed up in a lot of areas.
I feel like if Hitler wouldn't have tried to get so greedy and like push into Russia, he probably would have fucking got a lot further than he did.
Could have. Us getting involved also kind of spoiled his
Germany
plans.
being against the Soviet Union was definitely their biggest downfall. I mean, America was focused mainly on Japan, so yeah, I'd say the Soviet Union is definitely the biggest downfall of Germany.
He started pushing into Russia and spreading his forces out too thin, and he couldn't like attack on both fronts. So like when we started invading into we hit Normandy and started pushing through, he couldn't like keep us back, you know what I mean?
There was I watched this documentary one time that was talking about one of the things that they did to fuck up is they were trying out this like bio like weapons or anything, where what they were doing is they were dropping these bombs filled with locusts to destroy the fields and stuff in Europe. And the whole point of this is they were able to starve people out. Like people couldn't, like the locusts would go in there and like destroy all the crops, and then it would cause like the European like armies not to be able to feed themselves. But the problem was after that is once they took that land over, they still had to deal with the locusts. Like the farmland was still garbage, and so therefore it was hurting themselves on being able to feed their troops as well.
Yeah. Germany did push pretty fucking far into Russia, though.
Oh yeah, for them to accomplish what they did, it was incredible.
They pushed all the way into, like, where you could see the fucking, like, you could see Gremlin, whatever square, whatever that place is called.
You can see Gremlins? I hope so.
Gremlin, whatever the, you know what I'm, yeah.
Gremlin Square.
The picture that pops up when you type in Russia.
Yeah, the place you get to skate and go young on the ground.
There you go. Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Russia.
Mother Russia. I think I can do that. You have to speak in the language of the country that your finger lands on. Russia. I think I could do that, comrade. Oh my god, well, in that episode, fucking, what was it, Charlie and Matt get Brazil. They're like, what's Brazil? And they're like, what's the city? You know, what was it, Central American outfit? And he goes, okay, homie. He goes, I think that's more of a Mexican LA Cholo vibe.
Yeah.
Oh, hombre.
When D starts doing hers, it's so fucking cringy, dude.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, when she starts doing the maid, the or no, not the maid, but the reporter.
She's got like the fake ass and like the spray tan and shit.
Yeah, I can't remember what her name though. What her name was. No.
I remember the Asian girl was named like Tammy or something.
And she's like, I can do Obama, sure. And she's like, what up, dog?
And they're all like, whoa, you can't say that.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that's real great about that show too. Like they started that show off like making fun of the whole race factor. Like the very first episode, the gang gets racist.
That's a good one.
They get the black friend, and Charlie starts dating his sister.
Right.
Yeah. How's that ass feeling? God, dude, one of the best things about Sunny is that they make fun of both sides of the political spectrum, and it's one of the few comedy shows that does that well, because both sides are full of complete idiots. It's fantastic.
True.
Two? I mean, literally the best one that makes fun of both sides is the second Gun Fever one, when they both are, like, Charlie and Mac are convinced you need guns on the streets, and Dennis and Dee are like, no, we don't need more guns, and then they just completely swap opinions by the end of the episode.
They start trying to buy that assault rifle, and they go to the gun show.
Well, what's gonna stop me from just taking this gun and shooting you and taking it?
Oh my god, yeah. And they're like, well, okay. Everybody pulls out the fucking guns.
They're like, well, glad you asked.
What was he say? When they go to Gunther's Guns, what do they say? He's like, $1,500 just for the privilege. Now, could this kill an entire room of innocent people? Brother, that's on you.
Yeah. And Charlie winds up getting that sword, and he gets that job at that school, and he's like, what's with the sword? It's like, the sword? Oh, don't worry about that.
Jack pulls out that sword and fucking cuts his leg open, and he was like, yeah, I cut myself back at the school. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
I liked how what Bert Kreischer said in his newest stand-up about that shit. He was talking about how he was trying to get some guns, and he's like, the guy at the gun store was like calling me back like after my check, and was like, yeah, you can't get these guns. And I was just sitting there thinking to myself like, holy shit, our system works. So you're telling me I can't get my guns?
What you want?
And the guy said, oh no, we're gonna get you your guns.
Yeah, he's like, no, He's like, we didn't say that.
Oh, dude, that's just like the episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where they're where Jake and Holt are down in Florida in protective custody, and they go to buy all those guns to protect themselves from that mobster. And the guy at the gun store is like, I'm gonna need your ID, and Jake's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have it on me. And then the guy goes, it's alright. And then Jake's like, okay, our country is broken, it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? Then the fucking cop pulls them over, and the back of their car has got like 7 shotguns, like 10 hunting rifles, a dozen pistols, and just like 4 buckets of bullets. And he's like, where are you going with that? Hunting?
I miss a lot.
Oh, God. Fucking Vince. That same, like, little part of episodes. I love the part where they're in prison, the jail, and they're trying to break out, and they start the fucking prison fight, and the sheriff's just like, yeah, beat the shit out of him. And Jake's like, this isn't working. I've got an idea. He fucking kisses Holt, and the sheriff's like, no, 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 no! Then, like, the next episode, he's on, like, the sheriff's on the news, and he's like, yeah, man, they just started kissing. And, you know, like, that's fine. Kiss whoever you want. I don't care. And then he pauses and goes, they were both men. Dude, I love when Holt gets his sass on. That's like the best part of any episode.
Help here!
Yeah, he says it with such
I
a
was
straight
teaching him to.
face.
Oh, I know. Like when Gina was teaching him the trash talk, and he says with his just face like, "You bitch."
Yeah. Can you imagine how hard it is to not laugh, like,
Oh
seeing
my
that
God.
in person?
No, I
Like
have
when
no
they're
idea.
fucking filming that shit.
Dude, fuck that. If I was like part of the film crew or something, I'd probably have to just like wear earplugs.
Yeah. Oh, fucking
If I was in the same fucking set as Andy Samberg and Terry Crews, there's no way that I could keep a straight face with the shit they say.
dude. I need some help. Terry loves yogurt.
No resting. If you find that your gun just doesn't hold
How
enough
so
bullets,
dumb.
then SNS has the solution. More bullets. All SNS guns have extended magazines.
Yeah.
My two dads, straight smashing it.
I got a soldier class mod. It does 18% team extra experience and then +3 the play skill and +2 grit skill.
Alright, let me see what I've got right now. Equipped. Yeah, drop that. That'd be dope.
Dude, I'm gonna get this trophy for $1 million, like, fucking pretty, like, fast. I've already got so much money. What's my fucking class mod, man?
Lally-Wan guns shoot more lightning than the next leading competitor.
Clear the pipe.
Jacob's guns do one thing really well. Power. And honestly, what else do you need? "400% more awesome. Also, torque doesn't make the guns out of freaking wood."
Alright. Ready to roll.
Alright, let's go to this bad boy.
Drive on, brother.
Still going to the dealership this weekend, Captain?
Everyone needs to buy, but no one wants to be sold. Not everyone has the knack for selling.
I'm gonna look around
Take
for a
you,
little
for
bit.
instance. You
Gotta probably
always
get another
accept
check in the
price
bank.
as is. You don't even try to negotiate.
Spend the next
Find
week
that
looking at
boss. You're gonna
stuff.
need a partner who knows how to sell.
So you actually are planning to buy a car?
Like me.
Yeah, I'm about to get one. I guess a couple things that I want to get, but like I really need a new ride. I'm tired of driving that beat up truck around. It's nice. It has more room and better gas mileage.
What are you thinking about getting?
Like a Nissan Rogue or something along the lines of that.
I feel better already.
I know summer's coming up, and I don't have any air conditioner, and I can't do another fucking summer with no AC. I've done fucking 3 of them already.
I don't know where the fuck I got hit from.
Or 2 of them, or some shit.
Vince, help me up.
Where are you at?
Push it. Bitch.
For me?
That, and like, I normally carry all the band gear. It's easier for me to put it in my truck, and I hate having to.
Anyone needs some help?
I hate having to take my truck to shows because it's fucking burning up extra gas, and then I have to then I have to carry all the shit back to Thomas's. If I get like a little something with like a trunk, like a little hatchback, I can like put the shit in there and then just leave it in there and lock it up, and I won't have to fucking go unload it after the show and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or like try to go to Thomas's before shows and load it. I can just like load it up beforehand and fucking leave it in there. Cause like definitely can't just leave shit in the back of my truck. So I can't.
Yeah.
I can't take it the night before. Just make it a little easier to have fucking something like that.
Yeah, I love having my SUV, and I can it's got really good back seat and trunk space, and since it's completely closed, I can leave stuff in there overnight.
Yeah.
My first car was a sedan, and after I got this SUV for my second one, I'm never gonna go back to a sedan.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, every time I see, like, a nice truck, I'm like, fuck, like,
This way.
I could go out and get a truck, like an extended cab and have a back seat. But then I'm still left with the same problem of I won't be able to, you know, with the fucking hole in the gear and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, trucks are a little more expensive. Just because.
Yeah.
And I don't need 2 trucks. So.
Well, if you want to get an SUV, I highly suggest the Toyota RAV4. It has been fantastic for me.
Yeah, I've looked at those before.
They're great, man. They get really good gas mileage and they drive really smooth. Plus, the newer models are really nice on the interior.
Yeah, that's what I want. Like, either like a Toyota or like a Honda or like a Nissan, whatever, something like that.
Something Japanese, yeah. Dude, you get a Toyota or a Honda, it's gonna last you a long time.
It'll last fucking forever.
Yeah, I just recently broke 100,000 miles on my RAV4 and it still drives just as good as when I first got it.
Yeah, I know a buddy of mine, he had a Honda CRV, and we took that thing to Spring River one year and like loaded up all the, like, we had all the camping shit in there and everything, and that fucking little CRV went like all over those fucking mountain roads.
Yeah. My mom's got a with a Subaru Forester, and we went to the beach last year. She was able to drive that car on the sand, and it was really comfortable, and it never felt like it was gonna get stuck or anything. It was awesome.
Yeah, but Subarus are kind of like a little notorious for fucking cracking heads and shit.
Yeah, yeah. If I was to give you a suggestion, I'd say Toyota, because my first car was a Toyota too, and it was like a '99 Toyota Avalon with 300,000 miles on it, and as soon as I got new tires on that bitch when I turned 16, it ran good as new. So I mean, those things will last forever.
There's a soldier class elemental thing over here.
Does it say what level it is or whatever?
Level 20. This is the
You
requirement level.
I think I've already got one that's like level 22.
I would really love to go out and get a fucking motorcycle. I've been wanting one for a couple years now, but I definitely I need to get another car before I buy a toy. You know what I mean?
No, nonsense.
As I work, I spend the majority of days
I know, right?
people that are not there.
If I didn't have a,
You want that good gas mileage? Go for the bike, man.
That's true.
If I didn't have a fucking kid, dude, I already had a motorcycle already.
Fuck you talking about? Throw him on there too. You can attach a car seat to the back of it.
Oh yeah.
Put him in the bitch seat.
Not put him on the tank.
There you go.
Where'd you go down
Strap
there?
him to the front.
I'm getting fucked up by these rags. Oh shit. I killed something, I don't know what.
Fuck these rags. Nice.
Yeah, fucking Cole was trying to talk me into getting a 4Runner like he's got. Which, a 4Runner would... It's in the same, like, category as what I'm looking for. But I know them fucking 4Runners don't get very good gas mileage.
No, they get really bad gas mileage, yeah. But those things are beasts. I mean, they can... It's like, they're like 8 cylinders, and they could go up probably a 70-degree fucking mountain incline.
Yeah, like I know if I got a 4Runner, it would already be bad gas mileage, and then I'd fucking...
Yeah, because in all honesty, a 4Runner is a truck just with the bed covered up.
Covered. Yeah, I agree. I'm telling you, man, RAV4 all the way. And honestly, cars like just after a couple of years drastically go down in price. So I mean, my car is a 2014. I bet you could get a 2014 RAV4 for probably not very bad of a price at all at this point. It's already been 6 years. Maybe like 10 grand or something.
The only bad thing about that is like
It's all true.
what all has happened to that vehicle in that time.
Yeah, you just gotta. The best thing about to do that is just to check the miles. The less miles, the less shit it's probably gone through. But yeah, you never really know. That's why it was nice that I managed to get that brand new. But it's buying a brand new car is very expensive.
Shoot, that's not the case here. Every vehicle here has low miles, but it's all city miles.
Yeah.
So it's still stupid wear and tear.
This is fucking. There we go.
It gets crazy though. Like I would find vehicles that are like a 2005 and it's still only got like 50 to 60,000 miles on. I'm like, how the fuck?
That's wild. Speaking of SUVs, though, especially Japanese ones, I feel like the Honda CR-V actually might be a little bigger than the RAV4, but I'm not sure. All I can think of is when I was looking at 2014 models back when I was looking for my car, and I like the specs of the RAV4 a lot more. The CR-V might have had a little more space.
Them CR-Vs are dope too.
Yeah, they are.
Just shut down their mining operations here on Pandora. I think they are insane. Or that is, whoever is making the decision.
I definitely like the interior setup of Toyota cars significantly more than Honda cars, though. I think the insides just look neater.
Given how low their labor costs are. I wonder what Doll will do with all the unpaid convicts they've been using to work their
Those types of things don't really matter to me.
Why are you always so jealous of me getting new friends?
If I like the outside of the car and the way it runs, then having an inside. Oh wait, that munition's done. I think there's one more to do here. Yeah.
That's how my wife looks at vehicles. Like whenever we were shopping for a car, this is like, I would find a vehicle that was a damn good vehicle, and she was like, "Well, I don't like the way it looks." I'd be like, "Who fucking cares?" Like, we just need a car that runs proper.
I care a little bit how a car looks, but definitely what I care about the most is that it runs good and it's got good mileage.
Like, I could understand if it's got like fucked up and like if it had fucked up interior, then yeah, okay, that's a little bit on. But like, there was nothing wrong with it. She just didn't like the way it looked.
If you're buying a car 2010 or past, the interiors are gonna look nice. I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it blows my mind to think that my car is 6 years old now, because the interior of my car still, to me, looks like really new, but then I've seen like the interiors of the 2020 RAV4s, and Jesus Christ, they are nice. But you get a car past 2010, you're gonna have one that's got, you know, the touchpad screen and everything in it.
See, that's the thing that I think is so crazy, because like you said, like anything past 10, like 2010, like all that shit that they put in these cars standard now used to be like, if you wanted all that, like, yeah, like you had to buy the super luxury deluxe edition version of the car.
Yep, that shit blows my mind too. Like, you cannot find a car made past like 2016 that does not have like the touchscreen thing in the dashboard.
Or like electric locks and windows, like that. Like manual is literally just not a thing anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy too, because when I was looking at cars in 2014, I was looking at Jeep for a while. I don't know why I did, because Jeep sucks. I'm glad I didn't get it. But there were a lot of 2014 Jeep models that actually still had manual windows. I was very surprised about that. But yeah, you're not gonna find those.
Well, their doors, depending on what kind it was, like their doors will come off. So that might have been the reason why behind that.
I think it was too. I was looking at. I can't remember what it was called. I was looking at whatever like the cheapest model was.
Like, were you looking at the one that looks like the typical Jeep? Like when you say Jeep, like the one that kind of pops up in everybody's head?
No, when I think of like the Jeep that pops in my head, I think of one of the ones that still has like the top you can take off that kind of looks like the covering for like.
Yeah, the cloth top that you can remove. Yeah, those like like the doors come off of them, so that could have been the reason why that one was like that. But they got these new Jeeps out now that like they really look like family vehicles now.
That's cool. But yeah, I was definitely thinking of one like that. But like I said, it didn't have the cloth top. It was like an actual like car top to it. But I'm almost positive that the doors could come off. Yeah. What was that car called? I bet if I just look up the Jeep, but I can find it.
I'm not gonna lie, I really like those the Jeep trucks that they just came out with. I think those things look pretty nice.
It might have been a Jeep Renegade. That kind of sounds right. But I'm not sure. I think it's funny that all these like a lot nicer car brands are like trying to imitate the look of like the Jeep car that comes to mind when you think of Jeep, like Mercedes. I've got that really awesome looking car that reminds me a lot of a Jeep that I have no idea what it's called.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
I don't have a clue what it's called. It's a cool looking car though.
No, if I really have it my way though, the next vehicle I want to get, I'm gonna get a Tesla.
Dude, that'd be a fucking dream right there.
Oh, dude, they're everywhere here.
They're definitely moving around in Tennessee, but I believe that you got a shit ton over there.
But also part of the thing is too is like electric power is a big thing over here too. Like those charging stations, like you can actually find them like everywhere here.
You can usually find a charging station at least every covered parking garage, or like healthy little parking garage now in Tennessee. Notice that. Usually there's only like one or two, not a lot. I was like shocked the first time that I saw the charging stations in Knoxville. That being said, the first garage that I ever saw them in Knoxville when they first showed up, like when I was in high school, that garage still only has the exact same three. It had not added any more. So I think it's hilarious.
Well, they probably don't get that much usage.
I was gonna say, I never see electric cars parked in those spots. It's always just really small gas running cars. Oh, where are these fucking parts?
Yeah, I know whenever those things like the hybrid cars like first started coming out, like the Nissan Leaf and all that type of thing that you charge, when those first started coming out, like I remember the only way you could do it in Mississippi was you had to go back to the dealership and have them charge it.
Shit, that's very inconvenient.
Unless you like got the thing installed in your house.
Yeah. I have no idea how much that would even cost. Probably be pretty expensive, but I guess convenient in the long run if you got one actually installed in your house.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't personally want it in my house. I don't want to run up my electric bill. Fuck that.
That's true.
Which I really want to know how effective that those things actually are, though, because like the majority of, you know, our electricity that we have is created from fossil fuels and coal. So
yeah, I mean, renewable energy definitely is doesn't work as well as fossil fuels, but I'm hoping that, you know, maybe in the next couple of years we'll be working on renewable energy more. But gas is so cheap right now that probably no one's going to give a shit about trying to worry about renewable energy for the next couple months after the quarantine's over.
well, it's more so about, like, you know, we only got a certain amount of it, and also it's harmful to the environment, you know, that whole shebang.
It's only a matter of time until we switch over to renewable energy completely, but I feel like that's still going to be probably past our lifetimes. I mean, I feel like in most places, the only type of renewable energy that will work in almost in the majority of locations is solar. Not everywhere has good wind energy, or most of the time. you know, directly on water.
Solar energy is not up to par yet.
I think it's got the most potential though.
Only in
jump over here.
Only in certain places though, because like I live in a place where it's all bright and sunshiny, and even still, like if it gets cloudy for too long, I lose power.
Yeah.
Like everything here is solar powered or wind powered, but like you got a place like in Mississippi, like when y'all get like all that rain and shit, especially like during the winter time when it rains for weeks on end, yeah, the whole grid would be shut down.
It was true.
It is for the places that can implement it, like places like Nevada and Los Angeles and all that type of shit, where they don't get all that cloud coverage and it is always sunny. Yeah, they should definitely work on trying to like push all that shit over to that.
Oh yeah, they definitely need to. We definitely need to push more renewable energy than we can. I mean, if nothing else, just so that it's convenient and in the long run, it'll probably be cheaper. But then definitely to help the environment out. But we got to work on fixing it up before we can really implement it, like I said.
Bottle of booze. Oh, Treacher's Landing, man. Holy shit.
You falling asleep over there, Captain?
No. I'm about to have to get off here and go to bed, though.
Let's do this one mission and then go turn in all these other ones, because then we just got to go to New Haven to turn them in. This is literally the last one we picked up. Oof. Nice save.
Well, you know, Captain wasn't back there sleeping.
For real.
Initiative.
You were asking the wrong person.
INITIATIVE.
Oh, yeah.
Initiative. Yeah.
It's such a weird word, man. That's a weird ass fucking word.
I don't think I'd even know what that word meant if my fucking high school chorus teacher didn't fucking beat that word into our brains.
Come out!
She was always like, if you don't show initiative, you'll never get what you want in life. She was also a crazy bitch that cut her finger off one time when we were doing a musical, so...
Right? Like, so what? You should have said to her one time when she said that, like, so what did you want to be when you grew up?
On your feet, son.
I'm pretty sure choir teacher was not on the top of the list.
She was pretty famous in Knoxville, though. I will say that, but I generally don't know what she wanted to do. She was damn good at what she did, but God, she was a crazy bitch.
If you fuck up my band, I will fuck you like a pig.
Whee!
Dang, we already almost got all these booze.
For real. I still can't believe she cut her finger off. That was crazy when that happened.
Did she do it in front of y'all?
Yeah, so like I don't know if y'all did theater or anything in high school, but I did musical theater, and you know how like stage props, like backdrops are like fucking massive because you know they go over an entire stage.
Yeah.
So they weigh like a shit ton, and we always had to have like to do it safely, like for the high school safe guidelines or whatever. You had to have like at least 3 people on each side of the stage holding the rope or whatever to raise and lower it, so 6 total. So one time when we were like at practice and most of us were just, or all of us kids were taking a break to like eat dinner, she tried to take down the thing by herself, and literally it was too heavy, so she like the rope slipped out of her hands, but she was still like, you know, holding on to the rope. So the rope was going so fast and the fucking rope burn like sawed through her pinky and cut it off.
Gross.
Yeah, and then she ran across the stage holding her little stump of a finger while she bled everywhere. It was crazy. It was metal as fuck too.
Was she screaming?
No, she was very silent. It was very, I think she was definitely in shock about it. Then she went to the hospital and she was back like 3 hours later after getting it sewed on because she's, like I said, psycho.
Hey, I can help y'all get a trophy if y'all follow me.
I'd have been like, oh shit. Oh shit. I don't know if you've ever like, I'm pretty sure you ain't cut nothing off, but like, have you ever done anything like in that along those lines? You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I've shot a nail into my finger with a nail gun before, and I was like, fuck, oh shit, oh fuck.
Yeah. I almost lost the tip of my finger one time. Helping someone move, and we were moving a lazy boy, and the footrest opened up while we picked it up, and then the footrest opened up, and basically like the part of the metal that like kind of scissors, like that's where my hand was. Yeah, my finger just got like clamped in there, and it cut all the way to the bone on my finger.
Badass.
It wasn't at the time, because the shitty part about it too was like I was stuck there because like I'm sitting here holding this chair, this big ass lazy boy, like while my finger is stuck in it. I'm just sitting there yelling at somebody. I was like, somebody close the goddamn footrest! Oh my god, just like freaking the fuck out.
He looks like he might commit suicide. Suicide's badass.
It's also free.
Suicide is free, that's true. Too fucked to live, too bitter to die.
I don't know, it's not entirely free. You gotta buy something to kill yourself with.
Yeah, if you jump off something really tall,
Yeah,
you might
that's
be able to
free.
get that up there.
True.
Unless you're talking like the Empire State Building, then you probably gotta pay some cash to get up there.
But at the same time, it's like if you plan on committing suicide, it's like, go ahead and spend whatever money you want.
Dude, if I was gonna kill myself, I would definitely take myself on a very nice vacation first, then come back and do it.
Yeah, but then you'd be like, you'd spend all that time treating yourself, and you wouldn't even want to kill yourself anymore.
I don't
Like,
know,
man,
man. Every time that I went to Japan, as soon as I got back in the States, I was just like, fuck.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Gonna kill myself. I don't think I've ever actually been this far on this section. You're on a boat. Trophy.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I got it, man. Doing flips and shit.
Hell yeah. Doing flips and shit.
Hey, look at the box of porn. Or the thing of porn.
Oh, nice. Titties. Damn, she's fat.
Some people are into that.
What does it say? ABC girls don't cry. 300 pounds of oomph.
Yeah. Did I see this thing today? And it's gonna be my new motto for the rest of this quarantine. It said, what did it say? If you're thick, stay home. It said if you're sick, stay home. If you're thick, come over.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, that's my new motto for this quarantine. Or stay home if you're sick, come over if you're thick. That's what it was. And I was like, hell yeah.
King shit. Let's go turn these bitches in. Get all this XP.
Get all the XP.
Get all the raw XD.
No, I don't want that.
You're missing out, man.
I'll take your word for it.
That was the cringiest era in human history.
It really was. I'm happy to say that I was not into the scene thing when I was in middle school.
There's literally no more scene at all. Like, that whole scene shit is completely disappeared now.
Dude, it's funny, like, even the emo bands back then that were actually good, that are still around, like Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco, I didn't get into them until I was, like, in high school. So when I was, like, in middle school when the whole scene thing was booming, I never listened to the first emo band, especially not the first of those, like, shitty scene bands, like Broken Inside and Medic Droid.
I don't even... Neither have I.
You even heard of Broken Side? I find that incredibly hard to believe.
Never.
Never.
Well, they're shitty. That's all you need to know.
That's why I've never heard of them.
I'm surprised you don't know Medic Droid, though. They only had, like, one song, and it was, like, a MySpace era song. It was really bad.
Yeah, I don't know anything about any of that stuff. I'm on a boat and I'm going fast and...
You in the printer's room flipping copies.
That alien bought crap.
I got my flippy floppies.
Tom stole it. He stabbed me twice.
It's crazy, Patty. God damn.
Give us your phones. Give us your wallets.
Did we just rob those people? Yep. Is this one of those bang buses? No, man.
They just give us our survey. Fill the survey out.
You gotta go download the app with this QR code, watch a 30-second video,
Anyone need help?
and then you can buy the beer. What you want?
Did you just get taken out by an elder skag?
I sure did.
I can't kill the motherfucker.
All these other things are in New Haven.
What you want?
Alright.
Can't you buy shit from Crazy Earl?
Not in this one.
Not in this one. The second game, you can use Iridium to get upgrades.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if you could do it in this one or not.
I'm going fast, then.
Get your backpack as the user.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
You're a mother lover, I'm a mother lover. We should fuck each other's mothers.
Technically, anyone who has children is a motherfucker.
That's true. Even if you don't have children. Had sex. I just had sex.
What's that one movie, the Adam Driver, A Marriage Story? That one part, he's like, I just had sex and I'm about to eat nachos. I haven't watched it yet, but it's got him and Scarlett Johansson in it, and it's like won like an Academy Award or some shit. It's supposed to be pretty good. I got it saved, but I haven't watched it.
What is it?
It's called A Marriage Story or something like that. Johansson in it.
Adam
Is
Driver,
that the
who
one
is
that all the
that?
memes were from? Of him, like, crying or whatever?
Yeah, Adam Driver is Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Well, they're getting a divorce?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched that movie. Makes you want to not get married, because divorce is a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Bro, that shit, like, put a whole new perspective on it. And then after I watched it, I was talking to this guy that I worked with, and he had been through 2 divorces, and he was like, oh yeah, that shit's real.
Yeah, I never want to fucking get married. Ever.
And on that note...
Yeah. I'll have another kid before I get fucking married.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
I don't know. They should totally be able to, like... You know how you can, like, sign a prenup?
Yeah.
Like, there should totally be one where it's just like, if anybody, like, breaks this contract of this marriage, like, have it all written out, like, what's qualified and all that type of shit. This is like, the other person can challenge the person to a duel to the death. And if that person wins, then everything is settled.
I just don't think it's fucking stupid. Like, if you get a divorce, how, like, why does the, like, is the woman entitled to get everything? Like if when they get a divorce, like, why does everything automatically, is it just like the woman, you know what I mean?
I'm assuming that when those laws were initially created, it was back, you know, before women were really working, so it was the only real way that they could, you know, live.
Sometimes guys can get the, like, alimony payments and stuff, but it's like...
It's very hard.
Common. Yeah. I mean, it's even hard for when there's a divorce, even if the mother is, you know, certified piece of shit, it's still really hard for men to get even the rights of the children.
Yeah.
To raise them.
Yeah, my stepdad, that's what he was telling me, that when he got a divorce from his first wife, and for him to get custody of his son, like, I think he said he went through 6 years of divorce court, or like custody court, and like a lot of fucking money. And the things that he was telling me, like, that he had against her, that like allowed him to be able to win the case, like, it's insane that it took that long.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like, there's so many ways that, like, women get the short end of the stick compared to men, but like when it comes to divorce, men are the ones almost always getting the short end of the stick.
True that.
You get the house, the fucking money. Like, even if the guy's house is, even if they co-sign for it, and everything is 50-50, the woman still gets it. Even, like, the man could buy the house. He could be the joint, or he could have the name on the lease. It could be his name on the fucking lease. And the judge will be like, yeah, this goes to the woman. She gets it. So fast.
I'll tell you one, like, one area where they don't do that though, the military.
Oh yeah.
Like, bro, if my wife and I stay married for 10 years and then we get a divorce for like any reason, unless like she has like hardcore proof that like I'm cheating on her and all that type of stuff. But like, no matter what, if after we've been together for 10 years, if we get a divorce, I get half of her pay.
Wow.
Yep. for life.
Fuck the system. Get that money.
Nah, I ain't gonna do all that. I married a woman that I didn't intend on divorcing.
Or did you?
No. Cause I was in the same boat as Captain before I met her. I was just like, I ain't ever fucking getting married.
Yeah.
Dahl makes guns for professional mercs. They're heavy, accurate, and effective. Assuming you're strong enough to hold one.
Well, I gotta fucking go to bed. I'm fucking one more day of this job bullshit, and I have 2 days worth of solid video games. So
Sounds good, man. Looking forward to it.
He says that, and then he's not gonna get on.
He'll probably fall asleep
No,
tomorrow
man.
as soon as he texts me, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm about to get on." He'll
Right.
text me again at 11 o'clock, like, "Shit, man, I fell asleep at
Yeah.
6 p.m."
no, I'll be on. I'm gonna come home tomorrow. I gotta do some yard work. Well, I got that.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get knocked out after that.
Let's say he said yard work. He's gonna be asleep.
Yeah.
Well, no, all I gotta do is I got all the weeding and shit done. I just gotta ride on the mower, so it ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be fucking much. So
Sounds good.
I should
Yep.
be on by like 8, probably about the same time, 8 or so.
Sounds like a plan. Look forward to it.
We'll get back on and knock a big.
Yep. Later, bro.